Welcome to On Any Weekend. I'm Adrian Fort.
And I'm Ashley Lehman. We're here at Kemper Arena in Kansas City, Missouri for Freestyle Motocross. Adrian, can you tell us exactly what we'll be seeing?
Well, Ashley, I'm going to start with what we won't be seeing. What we won't be seeing is we won't be seeing a track or a course.
Ooh, so this is the one where they like shoot up in the air and do all those like fun aerial trick-like things, right? Yeah. Yeah.
That's right, Ashley. Tonight we're going to be seeing grown men shoot up in the air and do cool aerial trick-like thingies.
Oh, thanks, Adrian. We'll be seeing such tricks as the Superman, the Holy Man, the I've fallen on my butt and I can't get up man, the Knack-Knack. Okay, Adrian, what exactly are you doing?
I'm demonstrating.
Demonstrating. We definitely won't be seeing any more of that. Or dirt. Tell them why.
That's right, Ashley. Tonight we're not going to be seeing any dirt, which is unique because normally at these events there's dirt to break the riders' falls in case they wreck or something. But not here. And you know why, Ashley?
Why?
Because here at Kemper Arena, we're hardcore.
Hardcore.
Also, the dirt's not really going to save a driver anyhow. It's
Nice, Adrian. Very nice. When we come back, we'll share with you a few interviews and a whole lot of action, so stay tuned. I'm standing here with one of the freestyle motocross riders, Sean Connors. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. How's it going, Ashley?
Good. Could you tell me, first of all, how you got involved with freestyle motocross?
Yeah, I was racing for a long time, and my friend built a ramp and just invited me over to start jumping it. And when I wasn't racing, I just go hit ramps with him and just met the right people, I guess, and now I'm doing what I do.
So how long have you exactly been doing the whole freestyle circuit?
Right, I've been doing shows for about 3 years now. Yeah.
And of those shows, how many do you have close calls or do you get hurt in?
Actually, in shows, I don't want to jinx myself, so knock on wood, but I've been pretty lucky at the shows as far as injury goes. It usually happens when we're out practicing, trying to push ourselves to the next level.
Well, I've been watching some of the BMX riders even practice, and it makes me pretty nervous. You must have a lot of guts to get up there and do those tricks. I've seen some of them, but I'm not very familiar with the terminology. So what's your favorite trick to do?
My favorite trick would have to be the cliffhanger right now. It's where I pop off the pegs and I'll bring my ankles up to the handlebars and I'll let go and I'll like extend my hands up way above my head and look back. It's pretty fun.
Makes me pretty nervous. And so when you come out here to do this, do you have like a routine you follow, and do you ever change it last minute to surprise the audience?
Yeah, I mean, not so much to surprise the audience, but like I have a routine written down on my bar pad on a piece of duct tape. So I'll just, most of it I haven't memorized because I've done it for the past like 6 weeks now on this tour. But like if I'm coming up to a ramp and I'll be like, well, I didn't really like that trick in practice, so I'll just do something like that and I'll decide it like 10 feet before the ramp and then just hopefully it works out for me.
So do you travel with these guys that are mainly here, or is it the same group that travels all together? Or?
No, there's about 30 or 40 of us that travel around the country, and we'll just meet up with different people, like different groups every show, because there's 3 of these IFMA events going on every weekend at a given time. Like next weekend there's one in Memphis, Georgia, and Maine. So, I mean, we're just scattered out throughout the Midwest and East Coast.
Hi, I'm here with Chris Burch from
The UK,
where in the UK?
Cambridge.
How'd you get into freestyle?
I started off doing stunt riding. I used to race motocross and it went into stunt riding. And then basically, well, jumping through fire and everything. And then the tricks got bigger that we was doing, and it's now turned into freestyle motocross, and here I am today.
Right. What was your first bike?
It was a Suzuki RM125,
What did it look like? Was it pretty?
a yellow one.
It was a yellow one. What bike do you ride now?
I'm on a Honda. I have been for the last 5 years. So
How big?
pretty much 250 all the way.
250 all the way?
Yeah.
You ever hurt yourself?
Not really from freestyle. Well, a couple cuts, deep cuts here and there. But I've been pretty lucky. No broken bones as yet.
You plan on breaking any bones?
No.
What's your favorite stunt to perform?
I just like whipping it. you know, the louder the crowd is as well, it always helps. It always pushes you that little bit more, and it's like, oh, I shouldn't have just done that, or you go too big or whatever. But yeah, we play off the crowd a lot, so, you know, hopefully it'll be loud.
So is your favorite part the riding or the crowd?
I love riding. It's great, but when this stadium's packed out and there's people screaming for you and stuff, that's such a big buzz. And you know, I don't know, I'll probably get too excited or something like that. So you know, but no, they're both really great. I don't know, it goes well together.
Goes well together. What's your favorite stunt to perform?
I don't know. We've got some big tricks that I like to do, but obviously they're risky ones. So you kind of, you know, they're good to do, but it's the easier ones that I actually like. You know, with a nice flow and that, and you know, sometimes the easier ones or the ones that look easy are actually the harder ones to do. But I don't know. It's yeah, too hard to choose. I like them all. I only learn tricks that I like. So
how does normal run usually go?
For me in the qualies, we only have a minute to ride, so you're looking at about 7 jumps. I've memorised what my trick list is going to be for that 7 jumps. So start off with a little bit of a bang, like kind of big trick, and then flow it out kind of thing. Or you do all your big tricks just to make sure that you qualify for the final, because there's a load of other good guys here to ride against. So you want to be in that top 4. Right. So big tricks to start off with. And then later, if you progress into the final, you got a longer time to ride. So, you know, you build up a sweat. I tell you, you're out of breath at the end of it. You know? But yeah. So
I've seen your bikes. How do you get groceries home on those things?
I think they're illegal to ride on the roads here.
They're illegal to ride on the roads. Well, you know, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. But ladies and gentlemen, Chris Burch from
Cambridge.
Joe, I'm here at Kemper Arena in the hot seat, where these riders are competing to beat me. And I really got to tell you, I don't think...
What are you doing here?
I'm in the hot seat.
Do we all know what the hot seat's meant for? The best riders. Hello. Down. Oh, let me get on it. It's good to be the winner. When we come back, we're going to see just what kind of action goes on at one of these things. Welcome back. Might I just say, as a woman at a freestyle motocross event, one of the perks are all the cute guys here. Speaking of which, is Brody, this very cute guy with a interesting hairstyle. Hi, Brody. How are you?
Hi, Boy.
Do you like racing?
Yeah.
Yeah? Well, there you have it. Maybe I can get better luck with the next one. Lehman here with Doug Casi, and he brought his very interesting bike I've seen him practicing on today. Kind of makes me nervous. Can you tell us a little bit about your bike?
Actually, it's Sean Connor's bike. I just like to ride it around, but you know, it's good to ride BMX and motocross. You know, cross train a little bit. It's just fun.
So, how long have you been doing freestyle motocross, and when did you get started?
I started riding freestyle about 4 years ago. I did a show for a local shop right after I did a national race. And I just learned tricks really quick, so I just kind of stuck with it. But I've been racing my whole life and everything, and riding dirt bikes my whole life. So,
speaking of tricks, what tricks are you either known for, or do you want to get really good at and conquer in the next or in the near future?
Definitely, you know, like everyone else, I want to get the backflip. But you know, I've worked on that a little bit in the foam pit, and all the ones that I've done in the foam pit have come around good. But as far as regular stock tricks that I really like doing, I like doing a switchblade. I like to tweak it out really hard, and it's kind of like almost into a kiss of death, and I don't know, it's my favorite trick.
And then I asked another rider, Sean, I believe, about his routine, and I asked him if he had a set routine when he came out here. Do you ever just like make stuff up on a whim?
Yeah, I always have a set routine. I always write it down on my bar pad for contests like this, but sometimes if you mess up and do a dead sailor, like, you get lost in your run, and you just got to do what you can do from there.
I notice all these seats around here. Do you ever get nervous when it's packed?
Actually, I don't really get nervous for the show. I get nervous for practice, just to get the ramps dialed in. And then during the show, it's all fun. I mean, the ramps are already dialed. Like, the crowd's here to get you pumped up. And the show is the fun part. All the other stuff, the practice and everything, and traveling is the work that goes along with it. But the show's the fun part. So I don't really get nervous for the show.
So traveling, this is basically your life, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I travel every weekend to shows, but during the week I go to school. And I graduate from college at the end of May with a degree in marketing. So I don't know. I wanted to make sure that I had something to fall back on in case I get hurt or if something happens. But right now, after I graduate, I'm going to definitely be riding every weekend.
Hi, I'm here with Slade from the far-off land of
Oklahoma.
Slade. How'd you get into freestyle?
Well, it was about probably 4 years ago. I have a buddy that rides freestyle, and I was out, riding at his track, and he offered me to follow him off of his ramp. So I gave it a shot, made it, kept doing it, just jumping normal, then started learning tricks from there. I mean, that's where it progressed for me.
So you lost your mind slowly. It was a causal event.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Just from one trick, from one jump, you decided to lose your mind to go ahead and go with this stuff.
Yeah, and I've been doing it for 4 years, I love it. It's awesome. I get paid to do what I love. There's a big risk factor in here. As you can tell, we're going from metal to metal on concrete, so there's not much room for error. And I've had a total of 12 broken bones. My most recent one was I shattered my heel, my calcaneus bone in 8 places. So, you got to pay to play.
I didn't even know we had a calcaneus bone, but is it harder to get through a metal detector or a lie detector for you? What do you think would be?
The metal detectors are pretty rough at the airports.
So you can't go anywhere. You got to drive everywhere.
Yeah.
It's a good thing you got the bike, huh?
Oh, yeah. I don't know, though, man. It's fun, get to hang out with all these guys every weekend during this tour. So couldn't ask for, much better job, really.
What's all this hot seat business we've been hearing about? How's that work?
Well, that's you got a qualifying run. You got to get to the top 4 to qualify for the finals. And whatever you score, the first guy will always sit in the hot seat first. And then the next guy, if he gets a higher score, it kicks him out. He sits in the hot seat. So pretty much, the best rider sits there.
What kind of tricks do you plan on doing to get yourself in the hot seat?
Just some smooth style of riding. Some technical tricks, but stuff I know that I can do, to get a good qualifying score. So you'll probably see some rock solids, holy grabs, kiss of deaths.
Tell us just what the kiss of death consists of.
The kiss of death, you want to take your bike, you want to loop it out, so your bike is pretty much straight up and down, and then you want to basically do a handstand above your bike. So you look. A lot of people call it a ruler. I mean, that's what you look like. Everything's straight up and down.
Right. I was thinking about renaming some other tricks too. I was thinking about maybe putting the lazy boy down as the Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruity, because you got to have some serious eye hops to pull it off. You think that would fly?
Hey, you can try it, man. All you got to do is invent it.
Now, what's your favorite trick to do? The single favorite trick that you have?
Mine, I like to do rock solids a lot, just because, you're actually flying for the bit you pop off and let go of your bike. I mean, you're not holding nothing, so, it's a very fun trick.
Now, do you usually perform in front of so many people that it's funner to be in front of the crowd, or do you just like to ride because riding's your thing?
Yeah, I just like to go out and ride. I mean, there's people here. That's cool. I'm glad they get to watch what we do, but if not, I'll still be riding.
I'm here with Slade from the far-off land of Oklahoma. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
And good luck tonight.
Thanks.
It's really high up here.
Are you going to be all right, Ashley? You think you're all right?
They said I could, they put me on a bike earlier and ride up, but
You're not doing well with the rubber on your shoes. I don't think you'll do well with the rubber on tires up here, Ashley. I don't think that's feasible.
Yeah.
When we come back, we'll see if Ashley actually jumps this thing or not. Highly unlikely. It's not going to happen.
And Adrian, this is a little scary to come down. I couldn't imagine riding down it right now.
It's a good thing you chickened out.
I might ride. It might happen. Seriously, you don't think I could?
I wouldn't. I know that much. I'm not going to lie.
It was nothing.
No, it seriously was. We didn't do anything. I'm here with Sean Neelon. And Sean, how'd you get into motocross?
Oh, I started riding BMX when I was a kid. I've always been on dirt bikes, but the older I got, the more need for speed I had. Just had to be dirt bikes, dropped the BMX, and been riding bikes pretty much all my life. Got into freestyle about 5 years ago, mainly just riding down the hills with my buddies, trying different tricks, new jumps, basic stuff like that, just having fun on my bike, and freestyle kind of just fell into my lap, and it works good for me.
So you got into freestyle about 5 years ago?
Yeah.
So you lost your mind about 5 years ago?
Well, I guess you could say that, or I improved my mind.
I thought it was the same question. What's your favorite trick to perform?
Oh, I don't know. I like to do them all. I'd probably say a cliffhanger is probably one of my better tricks.
Hey, can you explain to us exactly what goes into a cliffhanger?
Yeah, what you do is you put your feet right here underneath your handlebars and stand straight up.
Stand straight up?
Stand straight up. Looks like you're standing on your handlebars.
That's insane. That's just insane. Now, this is where you guys have to land, and that's where you have to stop by. Have you ever hit it?
No, don't want to. Don't want to know what it feels like. Yeah, there's not a lot of stopping room here in these arenas. It's tough, and this is actually a bigger arena, so we got a break this weekend.
Got a break this weekend? Have you ever hurt yourself doing anything here?
No, none of these events, luckily, but I've definitely had a lot of injuries in the past, torn ligaments in my knee, compounded left elbow, broken pelvis 3 times, arms, wrists, fingers, legs, ankles, pretty much everything, It kind of comes along with the sport.
Are there any bones you haven't broken, or is that just not... Yeah.
My back and my femurs.
Back and femurs, skull? You broken the skull yet?
Nope, not the skull. Don't want to break that one, or I probably won't be getting back on a bike,
Hopefully you won't get to that point. So is it better riding your bike or riding your bike in front of a crowd? Like, what are you here for, the crowd or the bike?
Oh, definitely the crowd, man. And when you get, a place like this filled up, everyone cheering, it's a big rush, and definitely brings out the best in you. Or it could bring out the worst, Either way, but it's definitely a big rush, and it's a lot of fun. I love it. I love riding in front of a crowd.
Right. Well, we've already seen the hot seat, and we hope to see you there. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. I'll be there.
I'm here with Brian Cunningham, a BMX rider at the Freestyle Motocross events today. Brian, how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
Good. Explain to us exactly what BMX riding is for those of the audience who don't know.
Well, BMX riding is, a love and passion, and, it's a good sport. It's similar to freestyle motocross, but without an engine and not so risk-taking. So.
Now, you said earlier that you liked it because you did your stunts on a lower frame, isn't that right?
Yeah, these guys go, 30 feet in the air, so we don't go as high, so when we crash, it's not as bad. So, but it's still injuries happen.
How many injuries have you had, and what have they been?
Oh, I've had a long list of injuries, torn ACL, hernia surgery, numerous surgeries, broken things. It's been a lot of injuries.
What's the worst one, would you say?
The worst one, I broke bones in my eye and ruptured my spleen in one injury. I fell on my face with a full-face helmet and from 17 feet and wasn't good.
Well, if that's narrowing them down, how? I haven't even broke a bone in my life. Consider myself lucky. So what kind of bike do you ride, and how is it different from other people's bikes in the BMX industry, in the BMX world?
I have a Redline bike. I ride for Redline bikes, and they hook me up with that stuff. It's pretty similar to everyone else's bikes. Everyone has different setups and what they like and what they don't like. Some guys have light bikes, some are heavy. Just preference, really. So, good stuff.
And I heard something about Super Bowl. What exactly? You want to tell me about that?
I actually wasn't at the Super Bowl. The other guy, George DeVell, was at the Super Bowl. It was a pregame show. I guess it was on Friday night. The guys went there and they had bands playing, and I don't know. You have to ask George. He was there for that.
And then with your line of work, do you travel around a lot? I mean, where are you from, first of all?
Originally, I'm from, right now I live in State College, Pennsylvania, so it's like 18-hour drive. It's really far.
Well, how many weeks of the year would you say that you travel?
I'd say probably maybe 4 months out of the year I'm traveling, something like that. Travel around the U.S. pretty much. A lot of the East Coast, but sometimes Midwest, West, whatever. So it's a lot of traveling involved. It's the best.
If you were to pick out one rider, who would it be that you would want to ride with?
My favorite rider of all time so far is Jamie Bestwick. He's the one of the best riders in the world, as far as vert goes. He's really, really good, smooth, goes really high, and does the craziest tricks. And I live in State College, Pennsylvania, which has Woodward Camp, and that's where I ride on a daily basis. And he lives there too, so I ride with him every day. So kind of fortunate I get to ride with him. So it's really good.
We just got kicked off the island.
Not the first place I've been kicked out or off of.
My most exotic, except that one place that...
I like the guys on the island better than you two.
Speaking of surviving, that's what we're here to help you do.
And we've got a very important announcement for our viewers.
Join us June 23rd here at Metro North Mall to find out all the ways we can find to survive the summer.
There's going to be sales everywhere, plus outside on any weekend is going to have its pit stop tour. We're going to have our safety bus for kids. We're going to have a monster bus that kids can ride. And don't forget the On Any Weekend Sports Show here at the mall, June 22nd, 23rd, and 24th.
There'll be giveaways, displays of custom cars, motorcycles, PWCs, pontoon boats, RVs, and all sorts of other recreational vehicles.
But wait, isn't there something else?
Does it happen to have anything to do with surviving?
Why, yes, Ashley, yes, it does.
Okay, are you ready for your big shot at the island? Well, join us here at Metro North Mall, June 23rd for the next Survivor casting call.
10 a.m. to 2 p.m., right, guys?
That's right, June 23rd. I can't wait.
Me either. How about you, Adrian?
I just hope it gets here fast so I can catch these stinking pennies.
Okay, Adrian, we're finally here. You're T-Money, right?
That's my name, T-Money.
The only one who does backflips at the show?
Yeah, that's me. I go upside down.
I walked up there and I almost couldn't take it. It's like I'm scaling a wall or something.
Right. Yeah, it's pretty tall up there,
Well, I brought Adrian. He's been very excited to meet you. He was wondering if you'd do him a favor.
What's that?
Sign his chest. So what do you think?
I would love to.
There you have it. Oh, yeah. Look at that. That's what I'm talking about. See, we were going to ask for me, but it's kind of... Well, I got to know a really great side of you, Adrian. And T-Money there. Why don't you take
T-Money.
So what kind of tricks are you doing today?
I do the loop-de-woos, the six-wheel load-de-doos, the one-hander yeehaws, and I'll do the upside-down or whoop-de-op.
Whoop-de-op. Is that a three-parter?
Yeah, it's pretty technical in the riding industry, but, simplest terms call it a backflip.
Okay, guys. So how long have you been doing this?
I've been riding since I was about 7 years old, and I'm 20 now, so that's like 12 or 13 years.
And then what do you think is in store for your future? Are you going to make a career out of this?
Yeah, right now it's my career, and I just hope to go bigger, make it an even better career, and hopefully one day this will be like NFL, just a big, high-paid sport.
Well, I can't wait to see you tonight. Best of luck. Thank you for signing his chest. We're here at Kemper Arena, and they're tearing down the, what do you call it, a set of the freestyle motocross event today. And let me tell you, it was probably the most exciting event I've seen as far as motocross goes. What would you say?
Oh, it was crazy. This guy, T-Money, did 4 backflips in his final round. I've never seen anything like it. 4 backflips in 80 seconds?
And 7 backflips altogether.
It was ridiculous. I mean, that kid's going somewhere. That kid's going somewhere. He's going to have a video game someday.
And despite of who won the contest today and who didn't, it was really a close match. Everything I saw in execution, recovery, tricks were amazing. I couldn't pick a winner. I know it'd be a very hard judge's job.
It was actually, I think, the technical things that actually ended up deciding it in the end, not the tricks themselves. It got so close that they had to come down to the technicals to get a final score for this thing.
Well, I had a really great time, and I can't wait to see you all at our next event. So stay tuned for On Any Weekend.